Welcome to this week's edition of Outdoors Online, a weekly webcast produced by the North Dakota Game and Fish Department. I'm your host, Tom Jensen. My guest this week is Jeff Long. Jeff is an education coordinator with the Game and Fish Department. He administers the NASP project, National Archery in the Schools program. Jeff, NASP has come a long way since its beginning. Can you give us some background on how it all got started and where we're going?
Sure. The National Archery in the Schools program got started as a small project, really, in Kentucky, as a way to, I guess, stem the bleeding down there, the loss of hunters, anglers, trappers in that state. It quickly gained traction when they partnered with the Department of Education and decided, let's do this thing as a school program, as opposed to an after-school program or a club-type program. We want to do this thing in school so that all kids, or most or many kids, have a chance to get it, rather than a select few. It quickly grew to a couple of states surrounding them, and then all of a sudden, here it is, 47 states and 10,000 schools strong doing it.
And when you carried the torch into the schools in North Dakota, it took a while to kind of catch on, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. You know, in the rural communities, some of the schools are already doing archery. It wasn't such a hard sell. It took a little while, but as it started to gain traction, as they started to realize that, yeah, this is a safe program, and that's one of the keys. It's safe. To date, there are 2.3 million archers per year doing this in their gymnasium, and they have a 100% safety record. So it's a very safe sport. As it grew and became more popular, more people were doing it, and administrators, superintendents, principals, parents realized this is safe. This can be done.
Sure.
Then it became a much easier sell, to the point where as soon as they hear about it, they're more than likely going to jump in.
It's an easy sell.
As
really, you can
is.
tell by now, the results it's huge across the state.
Right. In fact, right now we have 150 schools that have implemented the program. There's probably a half dozen, maybe a dozen right now that are in the planning stages. Sometimes it takes a little while to get it put in there, get the training done, get the equipment in place.
These aren't all small schools either. Let's use Bismarck just as an example. How many schools in town are now participating in the National Archery in the Schools program?
Right now I have 15 schools, including schools in elementary, middle, and high schools, a lot of the Bismarck public schools, and some of the parochial schools doing this program.
These kids that have been shooting in the gym, like you mentioned, all year long have been practicing up for the ultimate event, I guess, if you want to call it that. Your state tournament is coming up next month. Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, the state tournament is an important part of the program. It's a carrot at the end of the string. It gives the kids something to strive for, something to say, hey, you know what, I want to go do this tomorrow. I want to go do it again to get better and better and better, so they can go to the state tournament or to a local or regional tournament.
And now this is in Minot?
Yes. The state tournament this year is in Minot. One of the keys is there are a lot of schools that are practicing year-round, but that's not a prerequisite. A prerequisite is simply to have had the class in the gym or as an after-school program. And a lot of schools offer the program for 2 weeks, go to the tournament, and that's the end.
It's only schools that are involved in the NASP project. We should make that
correct.
Point.
Right. And kids enrolled at a school that have implemented that project, they're all eligible. There's no prerequisite or no qualifying score or shoot. They just have to have experienced the program in their school, and they're eligible.
Now, if a school participates in the NASP program, but they're not coming to the state tournament, is there a way that these kids can come and participate?
Yeah.
Maybe with their parents' permission or something?
Sure. If there's a kid that would like to participate, there is an individual category, and they can attend the tournament. They don't have to be part of a team. They can just come as an individual. The parent can bring them. A coach or NASP certified person would need to register them to come, but at that point, they're free to attend the tournament on their own.
This year, you've got a little something extra to offer also.
That's right. A group formed this year that came to the department after the tournament last year and said, hey, what would you think about starting up or if we were to put together a group of coaches, administrators, teachers, parents that would be interested in helping grow this program, grow the tournament series, help grow and help support the state tournament. I thought it was a great idea, and so they formed that group, and right now they are in the process of fundraising for a scholarship fund, which NASP will match on the national level up to $10,000.
Now, by group, give me an example of some of the folks that are involved in this.
The group is the North Dakota Youth Archery Advisory Committee, and it's made up of a group of coaches, administrators, principals, community volunteers. The North Dakota Bowhunters Association has a couple of board members representing their organization, and they're all coming together to support the program.
Archery has such a rich heritage in North Dakota, Jeff. If a school is interested in participating in the NASP program and they're not now, they just get a hold of you? That's right. They get a hold of me and I take it from there. I get them hooked up with training. We have grant programs available to help them get that startup equipment. Yeah, just get a hold of me. All right, thanks, Jeff. The National Archery in the School State Tournament will take place at the North Dakota State Fair Center in Minot, March 18th and 19th. A list of schools involved in NASP can be found on the Game and Fish website at gf.nd.gov. Teams and individuals from the various schools will compete in grade level divisions: elementary or 4th and 5th grade, middle school 6th through 8th grade, and high schools grades 9 through 12. Teams must have 12 to 24 members with a minimum of 4 from each gender. Recognition is given to the top placing team in each division, the top 5 males and females in each division, and the top scoring male and female regardless of division. And as Jeff mentioned, college scholarship money will be awarded to some of the top finishers at the state level. That scholarship money is provided through money raised by the North Dakota Youth Archery Advisory Council with matching funds from the National Archery in the Schools program. For Jeff Long and the rest of the staff here at North Dakota Game and Fish, thanks for joining us for Outdoors Online. We'll see you again next week.